It is 4:23 p.m. It is 4:20 p.m. Thursday afternoon, May 30th, 2024. We're aboard the Cumbres and TOLTEC Scenic Railroad 3-foot narrow gauge passenger train coming from one end of the line, Antonito, Colorado, 64 miles, to the other end of the line, Chama, New Mexico, 64 miles. We're about to arrive at Chama. And we have K36 282 number 484 from Osier, Colorado to Chama, New Mexico. We have Coach Sublet number 504, Coach Canejos number 513, Coach Los Pinos number 523. This Coach Cresco number 515. This is my car. Concession car Archuleta number 520. Open Gun TOLTEC Vista. Deluxe class car Antonito number 510 with tables inside. Bringing up the rear Polar car Colorado. Total 8 cars, 45 passengers. And the K36s, all these steam locomotives I'm mentioning were built for the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad narrow gauge, which is this railroad now. K36s like we have, 10 were built by Baldwin Locomotive Works at Eddystone, Pennsylvania in 1925. And 10 K37s were built by Baldwin in 1902 as standard gauge 280s. 1928 to 1930, the Denver and Rio Grande Western Burnham Shop, Denver, converted them to standard gauge 282s. And there are 10 K28s built by Alco Locomotive Works, Alco of Schenectady, New York, 1923. In World War II, the U.S. Army took 7, put them on the White Pass in Yukon, 3-foot narrow gauge. Their service ended in 1944. 3 survive on today's Durango and Silverton Railroad, number 473, number 476, number 478. This is a San Juan extension, reached Durango in 1881. It was Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad. And the last scheduled passenger train through here before Cumbres and TOLTEC Scenic Railroad commenced in 1970, operated by the Denver and Rio Grande Western between Alamos and Durango, was the San Juan Express. Came off in 1951. The end of the Denver and Rio Grande Western narrow gauge freights was 1968. 5 round trips were made. Alamosa, Chama, Durango, Farmington, New Mexico, April, May, June, July 1968. The last one ran July 17th, 1968, a 40-car train east from Carbon Junction, Durango, Colorado, including 12 boxcars of lumber from the lumber mill in Durango due to weeds on the rails, making the rails slippery. Only the 12 boxcars of lumber made it here to Chama, New Mexico. The very last train operated by this railroad was the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad, was a westbound non-revenue train. Ran December 5th and 6th, 1968 with K28 number 473 and K36 483. Population of Chama. Population of Chama is 1,022. Elevation 7,871 feet. We'll cross the Rio Chama River, a tributary of the Rio Grande River. This is our docent, Greg. Coming into Chama, we'll go by the water tank. It looks exactly like it was when I photographed and chased the last year the Rio Grande narrow gauge freights. We'll go by the water tower, the coaling tower. The only change is the new engine house has been added. The original one is still there. The coaling tower is not used anymore that we'll go by. Now they load coal with a front end loader on the other side of this train. From Antonito to Osier, we had K37 mud hen number 463. Because why was the mud hen K27 being substituted for K36? Because this Cumbres and TOLTEC Scenic Railroad and the engine house at Chama that we're about to arrive at is modifying some of the K36s to burn oil as well as coal, so there's kind of a shortage of K36s. The mud hen K27s were built in 1903 by Baldwin Locomotive Works, 15 of them. And of course they all were ran on the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad 3-foot narrow gauge, which is this line now. Coming into China, we'll see one of the two Cumbres and TOLTEC Scenic Railroad GE 44 tonners. They were built, I believe it was October 1943. Originally ran in Hawaii on the Oahu Railway and Land Company in Hawaii, and then they were acquired by the Cumbres and TOLTEC Scenic Railroad to do the switching here in Chama and the other end of the line in Antonito, Colorado. We've been coming down a 4% grade since the summit of Cumbres Pass. At Cumbres elevation is 10,015 feet above sea level. We're seeing some smoke from the brake shoes of these cars, breaking down the 4% grade. We were due to arrive Chama at 4:20 p.m. We departed Antonito, Colorado late this morning at 10:20 a.m. instead of the scheduled 10 a.m. departure time because the K27 mud hen, the nut on the governor in the cab came off. They had to put the nut back on the governor. Nothing here. Oh, you got it? Good. Was it on this seat? Oh, well, I'm glad you got it. One time this iPhone, I was riding a private railway car remote sugarcane country in Florida, and I was sitting on the open end platform and it fell off my lap onto the road bed. We got to close in Florida. I told one of the railroaders, and he voluntarily at night drove 3 hours and walked a couple miles along the track and found it. Been working perfect ever since. Yeah, he was a good Samaritan. I wrote up a story with a photo of him and had it published in one of the Pass the Train Journal magazines. Tomorrow my buddy and I will be taking 2 completely free buses, Chama to Espanola, New Mexico, and then Espanola to Santa Fe, New Mexico, operated by the North Central Regional Transit District. 160 miles completely. 106 miles completely free. These 8 cars can accommodate about 200 passengers. If additional cars are added, they need a second steam locomotive to get up the 4% grade to the summit of Cumbres Pass in the other direction. Final grade crossing before entering Chama, New Mexico. This spot was a favorite spot of photographers who photographed the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad narrow gauge freight trains. we're going to cross the Rio Chama River. We have arrived Chama, New Mexico on the Cumbres and TOLTEC Scenic Railroad passenger train from Antonito, Colorado. And here's the water tank. We're now in the yard, Chama Yard. Station's on the other side. Here's the coaling tower, which I said is not used anymore, except maybe as an operating exhibit now and then. Coal is loaded by front end loader on the other side of the train. That part of the engine house you're seeing has been added since the Cumbres and TOLTEC Scenic Railroad commenced operations in 1970. There's one of the two General Electric 44-tonners that originally operated on the Oahu Railway and Land Company in Hawaii. This part of the engine house is the original when it was the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad. And it is now 4:41 p.m. Thursday afternoon, May 30th, 2024. We have arrived Chama, New Mexico. Over and out.